We're talking about how to gather the current lived experience of our employees. So, last week we discussed personas, but the other method I like is collecting stories. I take this approach because it's much more personal. It's not like the interview or focus group that you might use to inform your personas. It's something that connects you more emotionally to the reality of how it feels to go through a particular process. It's about asking someone who has just been through a key moment that matters to tell you the story of their journey through that moment. In a previous company, we were looking at the relocation process, and we'd just had a colleague relocate from Ireland to South Africa. And we asked him to tell us the whole story in his own words. It was fascinating, actually, because the things that made it so difficult were things we hadn't considered. It was things like trying to keep his kids occupied while they were in the hours long queue for visas, only to discover that, despite every effort to get it right, including immigration lawyers, he apparently didn't have the right documentation. And it was arranging for his wife and kids to see the school in advance of day one so that the children didn't have to be worried about how different school might be. And it was how much was out of his control and things like that. So let's say your early 1 to 10 journey mapping highlighted after onboarding as a red. It should be easy to identify a group of people who have been through onboarding in the last 6 months, a few in each location maybe, and ask them to tell you their story. You have to know what's going on in order to make a difference, and you'll find it's not what you expect at all. So that's personas and stories. What other methods have you used?